Hello, sport fan. This is Steven here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. He wants out of Tampa. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the report, Devin White of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wants his release. He wants to be traded and or released. He wants another contract extension, and he's looking to get a payday. He's looking at what everybody else is getting paid on the open market at his position. He's looking at free agency. He's looking at what's coming out of the draft. He says, hey, look, Tom Brady's no longer here. I want out. You're looking at 5 potential spots. What will be the 5 best spots for his services? We're going to start at number 5. Number 5, they need a lot of work. They got rid of a lot of people this free agency. They got a couple of spots open. I would think the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings have a win-now team, a team that's trying to make the playoffs, that's trying to win. You can use some draft capital to trade for them. I know Tampa say they don't want to come off of them, but you can intrigue them with a couple of draft picks, possibly this year, next year. You got to think, you're going to have to pay him so you can take that money off that capital for them. He fits the mixture because he's a moving linebacker. He moves side to side well. He covers well. So you're looking at, in that scheme, the Minnesota Vikings have the perfect defense for him to go ahead and plug in, plug and play. Coming in at number 4, you're looking at the Houston Texans. They have a lot of draft capital as well. They're rebuilding their team as well. And what other than a young stud to build your defense on? Coach Ryan was a young stud at the linebacker position. Devin White is the same thing. He could possibly add pop to this lineup. He can help that locker room. He can help that linebacker core not only develop, but learn how to win the right way. He can get in there and get his job done. And I think that'll be an excellent addition to the Houston Texans franchise. Coming in at number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. The rich get richer. Not only would he be a great addition to the locker room, not only would he be a great addition on the field, but the guy would be a tackling machine in that defense. Being able to roam, being able to do your own thing in that defense, you have the ability to have corner protection on both sides. You got some safety help in the back, and you can literally roam the middle of the field. You can make big hits. You can make big plays. You could take chances with that Philadelphia Eagles defense, and it's a healthy position to be in. I think that would be one of the best spots. Coming in number 2, even though this is one of the most questionable quarterback positions that they have on their team right now, but defense is not their issue. They're having issues with the quarterback side, and that's the New England Patriots. You're looking at what essentially the linebacker position is. He's the quarterback of the defense. And what would Devin White do for this defense? He would help be a quarterback for this defense. Now, offense, they got a whole nother issue in New England. But the defensive side of the ball, when you look at Judon, when you look at what they're able to do and the pressure he's been able to get to the quarterback, adding a guy that can sit back there and cover your tight ends, being able to cover some of those slot receivers, being able to roam the middle of the field and pick, deflect, and also give heavy hits, that's the kind of guy that Devin White is. So any addition like that, plugging into that defense, you have a win-win situation. You have to ask yourself, if you're New England, what are you going to spend that draft capital on? You're going to spend it on a whole bunch of guys that probably won't make the team. And you got to think, you've been missing on a couple of picks lately. Look at your first-round picks. Look at your second-round picks. You haven't been hitting on those lately. So you got to think, a trade for a proven commodity from Tampa and Devin White will be a next step for them. And lastly, I think this is going to be the best fit for him. Number 1, I think that not only if you plug this guy in this defense is already loaded, locked and loaded. When you look at the corners, when you look at the safeties, when you look at the linebacker position, adding Devin White to the Denver Broncos and making that defense that more explosive, giving Russell Wilson that much more help on the defensive side of the ball, and allowing this defense to really grow. It's a young core. They have a lot of hitters. They have a lot of playmakers. They have a lot of ball hawks. He would fit right into that mode of their defense and their scheme of what they're doing. He would not, and again, Devin White, I've seen him play in different defenses. I've seen him play in the 3-4. I've seen him play in the 4-3. I've seen him play in different techniques. I've seen him put his hand in the ground at the line of scrimmage and then fall back from the line of scrimmage, playing a linebacker position when he's rushing, when he's not rushing. So he has the athletic ability to move all around the corners of the field, and he can play up, he can play back, he can rush the passer, he can play the run. So Devin White is a complete linebacker. So I think that any team that potentially gets him is going to be happy. But if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers decide to trade him, these are the top 5 potential spots. Get in the comment section. Let me know what's your potential 5 teams he could go to or your team he should go to. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus for all the breakdowns and all the updates, and we'll see you on the very next video.